Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to GoCSU Rams on Zennie62. I know Zennie's still doing his live stream when people start coming in. Hopefully, when Zennie's done with his live stream. But tonight, I want to talk everything Oakland Raiders and NFL Pro Bowl. We're gonna talk about what I was trying to. I'm gonna be talking about NFL coach or Raiders coaching staff, and what are the Raiders doing, and look at free agency. Well, I looked at free agency last week, but I want to look at it a little more, um, a little more. So, hello Minecraft, Breezy Kicks, how y'all doing? We should be getting a lot more here soon. Zennie is going to be finishing up his live stream, so I should be getting some more people coming in. So, the Raiders, I looked at free agency last week, but I am going to look at the Raiders. Going to be looking looking at the Raiders, looking at the at how the Raiders are no, I'm sorry, Minecraft. Hey Raider Flea, how you doing? But I want to welcome everyone here. We're going to be talking about Raiders, and sorry, I am not going to do that. Raiders coaching staff. What we kind of started talking about on Zennie's live stream just a few minutes ago, talking about that. We're also going to be talking about the NFL Pro Bowl and looking at the coaching staffs and the players who are going to be on each team. So, welcome. And the Raiders, I'm going to be talking about sports too. Minecraft, because I am a Raiders fan. And so, welcome everyone. The Oakland Raiders have been announced to go to the Pro Bowl. Now, in other news, Ken Norton Jr., the former Raiders defensive coordinator, will be going. He was at the 49ers. Now he will be going to the Seattle Seahawks and coaching the defense for there. So, Minecraft, he just had a live stream. He just had a live stream. So you missed his live stream. He might be still going on, but he might be signing off, so I can do mine and get people on mine. But the Raiders are going to be facing the Seahawks, who will be having their former defensive coordinator Ken Norton Jr. And now we have John Gruden, and he's a great head coach. I've been saying it for the last week. I will look at that, Raider Flea. I will look at that. So, hey Raider Flea, did you go onto Zennie's channel or Zennie's video live stream? Is he signing off or not yet? If he's not, that's fine. But I was just wondering if you went off and went to his as he's starting to sign off. But, the Raiders are an awesome team, and I think that we, as a community, we're going to be following, or we're going to be playing the the Raiders are going to be playing the Seattle Seahawks next year. And actually, they're going to be playing in London. Surprisingly, they're going to be playing in London. So that's really cool. For the Raiders to be playing in London, that's really cool. I really do think that's cool. And so, okay, I just wondered. The Raiders, yeah, but they're going to be playing the Seahawks in an international game. Now, what do y'all think? Could the Raiders not be? Could they beat the Seattle Seahawks with what John Gruden's getting together? Could they beat the Seahawks in London? That's the question we have to ask. Because I think Ken Norton Jr., he was with Seattle before. I think so. But I will look at that right now. I don't remember if Ken Norton was with Seattle before. I think he was, because he was with AML. How are you doing? Awesome, you're going to the game. Oh, I wish I could go. I wish I could go. I really do. I wish I could go. Ken Norton, he was the Seahawks defensive coordinator before. He was. Surprisingly, he was the defensive coordinator for the Seahawks when they played the Broncos and beat the Broncos in Super Bowl 48. So, hey, that's surprising. Well, not surprising because John Gruden's coming back, but hey, it's not really that surprising. But the Raiders, I think, are gonna have a tough time beating the Seahawks in London because of them getting Ken Norton Jr. back as defensive coordinator in Seattle. Seattle's a great team. Pete Carroll's a great head coach. Russell Wilson is a great player, great QB for that matter. And so I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I hope the Raiders do beat Seattle. They did get beat by the Dolphins. What was it, 3 years ago, Raider Fleet? But these are two hopefully going to be great teams next year or next season. And so another thing I'd like to know is, what about the Raiders and Mexico City? Will the Raiders play in Mexico City with them playing this game in London? Tell me that. Would the Raiders go to Mexico City and play there, and also go to London? I mean, the London game is set in stone. They'll be playing the Seahawks. That's set. But you still have to look at the Mexico game. Could the Raiders play there also? Or what do you think the NFL is going to do? Do you think the Raiders are going to play or not? So, what do you think? I'd like to know y'all's opinions, and I'd like to know. And so, we are ML Scott said no. They're not gonna play in Mexico City. Okay. So let me look at 2018. Oh shoot. Mexico City NFL game. Okay, so let me look and see, because I don't know. The Rams will be playing in Mexico City next year. How was that for a shocker? Thank you, ML. Excuse me. Okay, all the international games have already been announced. Okay. So, with the Rams going to Mexico City, they're playing the Steelers? Am I there? Or am I? No, they're not playing the Steelers. I don't know. What? I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. But, right, for the 2018 season, the Rams will be playing. I know the Raiders and Seahawks will be playing, but the Rams will be playing in Mexico City this year, not Oakland Raiders. So, the Raiders have been given a change, but you also, I think, have Jaguars. I think they're still playing in London. Are they still playing in London or no? Actually, I will look at that. But you know, I'm doing Raiders, but I'm also, looking at these international games. And so yeah. Yeah. London 2018. Okay. So, oh, they are. Okay. Sorry. I got confused. The Jaguars are playing again in the in London next year. They are actually playing they're playing the Philadelphia Eagles next year or next season. So that gives it a little neatness to it, I guess. I don't know what you would call it. But now, we talking about the Raiders going to London to play Seattle. But now, who is our coaching staff? So I'm actually going to go to Raiders to NFL, well, actually, no, Raiders.com. I'm going to go and let's look at the coaching staff. I'll read it off and let y'all know what they have done for the coaching staff for the Raiders. So I'm gonna I'm gonna go to team and I'm gonna go to coaches. So let's look at this. Let's look at hello those 7 who came on. Welcome to the stream. We're talking about the Raiders, and I'm gonna be talking about the head coaching staff. Oh goodness, I was wrong. Well, not wrong, but they only have 4 coaches on here. So, So, John Gruden is head coach. Rich Bisaccia is will be the assistant head coach and special teams coordinator. And then Paul Gunther will be the defensive coordinator. And then Greg Olson will be the offensive coordinator. So there you go. Yeah. Interesting. So they haven't hired their full staff yet. It's not up in the Raiders coaching. I'm not Alexis. I'm excited here. I'm trying to get pumped up. It's late at night for me. It's 10:15 my time, so I'm kind of, yeah. Hey Octavio, how you doing? But the Raiders are so just. Big 88 Full says Greggy Olson is a joke. Okay. But did you see what he did in LA? I have to ask you that. Because the way I see it, he is a QB coach. And him coming in as offensive coordinator, he's going to be a great offensive coordinator under John Gruden. I don't know about you, but I really think the Raiders are going to be successful. But one person said on Zennie's live stream, said that the Raiders are going to go to the Super Bowl. I have to disagree with that. I have to disagree. They will not get to the Super Bowl. But I do think that ML Scott said, I'm not familiar with any of those coaches. So, the Raiders, they might get to the playoffs, but you can tell me if I'm wrong next year. I'll look back at this video and say either, but I don't think the Raiders will go to the Super Bowl. I really do think Black Lion Supreme says, yes, CSU, we are going. Okay, we'll see. We'll see about it. So is Zennie saying bye and telling everybody to come on here then? Just wondering. For those who are coming in, welcome. We are talking everything Raiders tonight. And then we are also going to talk about the Pro Bowl. The Pro Bowl is in, 2 weeks-ish. Okay. Thank you, just wondering. The Raiders coaching staff looks pretty good to me. I can't understand why he got Paul Gunther. I really don't. I don't understand that. Because when I looked at it last week, I said, Paul Gunther is not really, he's a good defensive coordinator, but not that great. Because because he was with the Bengals. Yes, the defense had success in the past, but they didn't have success this year. They didn't even get in the playoffs. Nor did they last year. Hey Rick, we're just talking about the Raiders. I'm talking about the Raiders coaching staff and kind of talking about the London game a little bit and if the Raiders would go to the playoffs. Barry Lee said, attention mods, did YouTube you should be able to block moderators, so you should be okay. I don't know. The Raiders, going to Seattle, they've got this coaching staff, but I don't think that the coaching staff is going to be really that good against the Seahawks. Because if they're getting Ken Norton Jr. back, which is weird, they're going to be really good on defense. Because Ken Norton Jr. helped the Seahawks with their players and they went to Super Bowl 48 and beat the Broncos. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I really don't think the Raiders might beat the Seahawks. But now that I think about it, I don't think that they will. Big 88 Full says if they draft well and Gruden hits on all the points, then the Raiders will go 11-5. Maybe AFC Championship game. True. Okay, the Raiders are a great team. Don't get me wrong. They will be a great team. But, let's look at the Raiders free agents, okay? And I looked at all free agents last week. So those who are going to watch, who are watching afterward, the Raiders, I talked about all of free agency last week. But I'm talking about just the Raiders. Which players are going into the free agency from the Raiders? So, and tell me names that the Raiders should get. I've got a little bit of bigger crowd. We've got a little bit bigger crowd from last week. But, the Raiders, who do you think the Raiders should get next year? Or this offseason, excuse me. Not next year, but this offseason. Okay, here's the Raiders free agency list, which players are going in. Okay, so unrestricted free agents is defensive lineman Denico Autry. He appeared in 16 games. He made 3 starts. He finished the year with 35 total tackles, 5 sacks, and 7 passes defense. And then we have linebacker Navarro Bowman. Made 15 starts, totaling 135 total tackles, 1.5 sacks, 1 interception, 5 passes defense, and 1 fumble recovery. Okay. Hey Bernard, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. To those who are just coming in, ML's Black Lion said, "Did you believe that the Raiders had a chance to go Super Bowl before Carr broke his leg?" Black Lion, last year I did. Bernard says we definitely have to sign Kerry Bowman and Autry. Okay, true. Right. And these two are actually free agents still. Or unrestricted free agents. Then we have cornerback TJ Carey. He started all 16 games. He had 86 tackles, 11 passes defense, and 2 fumble recoveries. And then we have long snapper John Kondo. He appeared in all 16 games. Defensive tackle Justin Ellis appeared in all 16 games, making 14 starts. Totaled 44. He made 44 tackles and a half sack. So that's pretty good. Sebastian Janikowski, he did not play any games this year. So he was on injured reserve all year round, or all year long. So he is on the unrestricted free agency. I do not think we will get him back. And then E.J. Emanuel, backup quarterback behind Derek Carr. He appeared in 2 games, made 1 start. He completed 24 of 43 passes, 265 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. So that's pretty good. And then we have defensive back Keith McGill II. He appeared in 13 games, totaling 3 total tackles. He will not come back to the Raiders. Safety Reggie Nelson, he started all 16 games, totaling 96 tackles, 1 interception, 5 passes defense, and total 2 forced fumbles. Reggie Nelson, I think, will stay with the Raiders next year. I really do think so. He's a great player. He really is. He is just a great player all around. So, that's Raiders. Black Lion said, right, ML and CSU, so did I. We still have, for the most part, the same team. And now we have a coach who will put our team in the best scheme to win ball games. Super Bowl, here we come. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, thank you, Barry Lee Blockham. Thank you, I appreciate it. The Raiders are just great. They're just a great team. And so, they're awesome. And I think the Raiders, they'll get far. But I don't think next year they will go to the Super Bowl. I don't think so. They're a great player or team. I don't think so. That's just me, though. So, Bernard543 says, Nelson had ties with our new defensive coordinator, so that should help. Right. That's very true. So, we'll see what happens next season. But I know this Raiders team is going to be a whole new team. Well, not whole new, but new. Getting back to free agents, tight end Lee Smith is free agent. Now, exclusive rights free agents. Whoa, hold on. Whoa, hold on. The Raiders are just a great, great team. And, they have, for the people who are, with, oh, wait a minute. That's for, exclusive free agents. Linebacker Shalik Cahoon, he appeared in 9 games, 6 tackles. Nope, he's out. No, he's out. He's out. And then you have linebacker defensive end James Kauser. He appeared in all 16 games, 20 tackles, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery. That's pretty good. Well, sort of. Safety Eric Harris, he appeared in 15 games. That's pretty good. This is interesting. It's interesting. Big 88 Full says Super Bowl is about a year and half away. True. Big 88 Full says the Super Bowl is about, or no, excuse me. Barry Lee said can't stand trolls. True. Bernard says, yeah, we'll make the playoffs, but he doesn't care about a Super Bowl next year, at least. Rick Rice said Raiders are Super Bowl bound against the Browns in 2019. You heard it here. Ew. No. 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 I can't think that. Bray Lee said it depends on Gruden and if he can keep the team under control and focused. If so, the Super Bowl, here we come. That's very true. They have to stay focused and ready to beat, some of these great teams who are in the playoffs, like the Patriots. They'll probably be back next year. The Browns, they will never be back. Or, excuse me, they won't be back next year. That's for sure. They will not go to the Super Bowl or playoffs next year. But Rick Rice said, "Oh, Browns are AFC too. I forgot." True. Black Lion said, "We already have a Super Bowl ready offense." Very true. The offense is really well. Rick Rice said Carr is going to make Tom Brady look like an amateur next year after Gruden gets his hands on him. Very true. Gruden, I think if Derek Carr is really good and this defense gets to Super Bowl caliber like it was after Gruden left, but with Gruden, I think we'll just be fine. We'll be just fine. I really do. Ben Rossi said we need more discipline for all those penalties and drops. Right. That's the same way with every team has a problem with penalties and drops. Every team has that. So every team needs to work on it. But I agree, the Raiders do need to work on the penalties. I agree. To have any shot at a playoff or even a Super Bowl win, they need to, they need to, cool down the penalties. ML said Barry Lee right. Control, focus, and one game at a time. Right. Barry Lee says, I hope we can get a defensive coordinator that's on the same level as Wade Phillips. I don't know is Paul Gunther, could he be like Wade Phillips? Rick Rice said, Gunther is supposed to be legit, Barry Lee. I don't know how much about him, but everyone says he's the right deal. Black Lion says the brothers in this chat could play good defense. Under Chucky, just wait and see. Okay. Big 88 Full says 2020 AFC Championship game. Raiders versus Chargers. Super Bowl, Raiders versus Rams. Battle of LA versus XLA. Ooh, I like the sound of that. I really like I like the sound of that. Barry Lee said, and saw on the news Brady's hand is injured. Right. Brady's hand is injured, but sad to say he'll probably be playing in the game next Sunday. We'll see what happens, but my birthday's next week. Next week, Wednesday. I'm turning 18. You know what I want for my 18th birthday? I said this last week. I want the Jacksonville Jaguars to beat the Patriots. Barry, please. Or, well, yeah, thank you. ML. ML or Barry, thank you. ML, thank you for doing that. I'd like the Jaguars to go to the Super Bowl along with the Minnesota Vikings. Wouldn't that be a game to see? Woohoo! If you saw my stream from, I think, Sunday night, I think it was, the Vikings would have literally full home field advantage in the Super Bowl if they won the NFC Championship. Full control. I don't know. We'll see what happens though. Barry Lee said I saw said that. Rick Rice said Patriots injury reports are all propaganda. Right. You know, they're nothing. You know Tom Brady's gonna play, you know, even with its hurt finger. Or no, yeah. The, I don't know. You know, he'll still play next week Sunday because he knows that this game matters. And what it seems to me is, yes, it's a playoff game, but it seems to me like it's another game for the Patriots. Really? I mean, you got the Jags. It's another game. It, like last week when the Patriots played the Titans, it's just another game. So, Brady Lee said Browns should be renamed the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Clowns. That's funny. Oh, Black Lion Supreme said Vikings versus Patriots, and the Vikings win by 13. I like your thinking, Black Lion. I like your thinking. I just think they'll beat the Jaguars, but you know, we'll see what happens. You know, wouldn't that be something if the Vikings won at home in the Super Bowl? Wouldn't that be something? Oh, NFL history, you know? That would make NFL history for sure. You know, Vikings would make two NFL histories come, you know, NFL history. Two things. So, Adrian Go Bucks. Howdy, Bucks fans. Here to bad. We didn't get Gruden this offseason. You know, the Raiders, I'm so glad to have Gruden. Now that I talked about the Raiders, everything Raiders, did I cover it all? Let me know. Before I go on, did I miss anything with the Raiders? If I didn't, then we're gonna go on to the NFL Pro Bowl and look at Rick Rice said, wouldn't it be ironic if Tay Train got a Super Bowl ring? I sure hope he does. He's a good dude. I hope so too. My dad's going for the Vikings. Hey Rob Eidman, how you doing? My dad says he wants the Vikings because of the Broncos' former QB, Kyle Sloter. He would also get a Super Bowl ring. Next, I'm going to look here at the Kyle Sloter just for the Raiders. Okay, Kyle Sloter, free agent. Apparently he's signed. He's signed to the regular roster. Hey John Marks, how you doing? Welcome to the stream tonight. Welcome. ML says John 111. That's cool. But if I didn't miss anything, I'm going to go on to NFL Pro Bowl now. Let's look at the NFL Pro Bowl roster, including, okay, excuse me, it was Tom Brady's hand, by the way. It was Tom Brady's hand. So, Tom Brady's hand. Black Lion, or Rick Rice said, "Alert everybody, a gentleman has just entered the room." What? John Mark said, "Vikings versus Patriots in Super Bowl." Okay, okay. That works. Black Lion said, "Our defense is going to be so good next year. I can't wait." Rick Rice said, "If we can stay healthy, Black Lion." True. One game at a time, and we need to stay. We need to stay healthy. One game at a time and stay healthy. That's what I say right now. You know, we need to stay healthy. Otherwise, if we don't stay healthy, we can't get to our goal of Super Bowl 52 next year. We can't get to that goal. But anyway, going to the Pro Bowl. 2018 Pro Bowl. Okay, so I'm gonna go to. Here we go. Okay, so here are the rosters for Pro Bowl. The AFC Pro Bowl roster. Okay, wide receiver. Antonio Brown. DeAndre Hopkins. AJ Green. Keenan Allen. Tackle Alejandro Villanova. Steelers. He plays for the Steelers. Taylor Lewan plays for the Titans, and then Donald Penn is for the Raiders. So, yeah. And then Rob Eidman, we'll see you later. Guard for guard, Kalichi Osamil, who plays for the Raiders. David DeCastro plays for the Steelers, and Richie Incognito plays for the Bills. Center, Marquise Pouncey plays for the Steelers. And then we have Rodney Hudson, who plays for the Raiders. Tight ends, Travis Kelce, of course, for the Chiefs. And then Rob Gronkowski for the Patriots. John Mark said Pro Bowl overrated. You could say that. Rick Rice said, "Can the Raiders make a trade with the NFL Pro Bowl team? NFC Pro Bowl team?" I don't know. The quarterbacks. Ooh, these are good. Tom Brady, Phillip Rivers, and Ben Roethlisberger. But night, Big 88 full night. John Mark said, "Can the Raiders just say no to Vegas?" I agree. The Raiders should say no to Vegas. Rick Rice said, "Pro Bowl might as well be a flag football game." Barry Lee says, "It's somewhat a home field for Vikings because Super Bowl has fans for everywhere. And on top of that, there are seats reserved for the NFL and its dignitaries." True. But did you watch my whole video Sunday night? Did y'all see my whole video Sunday night? Otherwise, I'll recap that. I'll recap it a little bit. Just say yes or no, and if there's more no's than yeses, I'll say it. But if there's more no's, I won't. So just say yes or no, and I'll tell y'all. John Mark says, chant no on Vegas. Stay in Oakland. Right. I agree. For the Pro Bowl running back Le'Veon Bell, Steelers are Kareem Hunt, and then LaShawn McCoy. And then fullback is James Devlin for the Patriots. Going to the Super Bowl a little bit. The Vikings will get to play in their own practice in their own practice facility. They will also get to let their players sleep in their own beds. They will get their home locker room. They will also get their home their home sideline also. Vikings will get all of the perks if they get to play at home in the Super Bowl. That sounds like a pretty good home field advantage to me. John Marks said, everyone at the Coliseum chant no on Vegas, stay in Oakland. I like it. Barry Lee said, have a good night. Night, Barry Lee. We'll see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow night. The defense. Defensive end Joey Bosa plays for the Chargers. Calais Campbell plays for the Jaguars, and then Khalil Mack, he's in there. ML Scott says, Rick and John, you are right. The Pro Bowl game really bites, but being there for the activities are fun, especially when it was in Hawaii. Right. Black Lion says, they have the defense to get the job done. True. There's a whole lot of players here. I'll go through offense tonight, and then I might do defense tomorrow night. I probably won't. Well, actually, I will. John Marks says, Joey Bosa reminds me of Howie Long. True. Very true. Very, very, very true. Interior linebacker, Geno Atkins, who plays for the Bengals. Jarrell Cassie plays for the Titans. And then Malik Jackson. Cool. Another Raider Malik Jackson is a Raider. Or Jaguar. Never mind. Is for the Jaguars. For outside linebacker, Von Miller will be playing from the Broncos. Jaden Devion Clowney will be playing from the Texans. And Terrell Suggs will be playing from the Ravens. Inside middle linebacker, C.J. Mosley from the Ravens. And Ryan Shazier from the Steelers. Rick Rice said, yeah, man, I live in Hawaii, and it was cool seeing all the guys chilling at the hotels out in public like that. The shame they moved it. The NFL is a joke. Rick, wanted to ask you something. Well, actually, I'll save that for another time. Cornerback A.J. Boye for the Jaguars. Jalen Ramsey from the Jaguars. Aqib Talib from the Broncos. Really? Fred Biletnikoff was at the Vegas ceremony groundbreaking? That's cool. Well, I mean, it's groundbreaking. It's Raiders, but I mean, that's cool that Fred Biletnikoff doesn't play the stream, but how were you feeling Saturday night? Just a question. Or Saturday morning, excuse me, when the test. I just wanted to ask you that. what was going kind of through your mind on that test Saturday night or Saturday morning. John Mark says, no, it isn't GoCSU. Okay, well, I like to stay on topic, but, when Rick Rice said he lives in Hawaii, I wanted to ask, but, I like to stay on topic a lot, but since Rick Rice said, okay, go ahead. The test for the missile test. Well, a what would you do? Black Lion says, yes, Rick Rice, I went 1 year to the Pro Bowl in Hawaii. It was one of the best times of my life. I'd love to go to the Pro Bowl. I'd love to go so bad. I want to go. Y'all are making me jealous now. I'd love to go. I'd love to go to the Pro Bowl so bad. And a game. Ugh. I might go to the Raiders. If the Raiders move to Vegas, I might go. But I don't see it happening. I'll go to an Oakland game once in a while. Aqib Talib and Casey Hayward from the Chargers. Eric Weddle for free safety will be playing from the Ravens. Strong safety Rashad Jones from the Dolphins and Micah Hyde from the Bills. For special teams, Brett Kern from the Titans. Kicker Chris Boswell from the Steelers. Oh, I hope so. I'd love to go. Next year, I'd love to go. Tyreek Hill, return specialist from the Chiefs, and Matthew Slater is special teamer from the Patriots. So, I'd love to go to the Pro Bowl. I'd love to go. Corn Junction for what? I'd like to know it, John. The NFC Pro Bowl roster, Julio Jones from Falcons, Adam Thielen from the Vikings, Michael Thomas from the Saints, and then Larry Fitzgerald from the Cardinals. That's for wide receiver. Tyron Smith, this is for tackle. Tyron Smith from the Cowboys, Trent Williams from the Redskins, and Lane Johnson from the Eagles. Okay. Zach Martin for guard from the Cowboys. Oh, okay. Thank you, John Marks. I love it, Rick Rice. I love it. I'd love to go, but I don't know. I'd have to include my plane ticket too, though. Oof, those things get expensive these days. Eee. John Marks says, LOL. Black Lion said, yes, indeed, let's do it. The Pro Bowl, I'd love to go, but, Rick Rice said, we're still waiting for that, John Marks. For guard, Zach Martin from the Cowboys, Brandon Brooks from the Eagles, and Brown Scurf from the Redskins. Then for center, Alex Mack from the Falcons, and then Travis Frederick from the Cowboys. Tight end Zach Ertz from the Eagles. and Jimmy Graham from the Seahawks. John Marks said, I have a deal going on with getting radio station internet. That's so cool, John Marks. That's really cool. For quarterback, Carson Wentz from the Eagles, Russell Wilson from the Seahawks, and Drew Brees from the Saints. Rick Rice said, John, by the time you file it, Gruden's contract will be up. Oh. Running back Todd Gurley from the Rams, Alvin Kamara from the Saints, and Mark Ingram from the Saints. Defensive end, Everson Griffin, this is defense now, from the Vikings, DeMarcus Lawrence from the Cowboys, and Cameron Jordan from the Saints. I don't know, Rob. Oh, welcome back, Rob. Warriors, I hope so. I'm not a huge Warriors fan. I still hold loyal to some teams here in Denver. Not all, but still some. The Rockies, the Avalanche, and the Nuggets. That's who I am staying faithful to. And the Rapids. So, I have to stay faithful to my home teams here in Denver. Except for the Broncos, by the way. Outside defensive end, Everson Griffin, Vikings, DeMarcus Lawrence, Cowboys, and Cameron Jordan from the Saints. Interior linemen, Fletcher Cox from the Eagles, Aaron Donald from the Rams, and Gerald McCoy from the Buccaneers. Outside linebacker, Chandler Jones from the Cardinals, Ryan Kerrigan from the Redskins, and Anthony Barr from the Vikings. Inside middle linebacker, Luke Kuechly from the Panthers. And then Bobby Wagner from the Seahawks. For cornerbacks, Xavier Rhodes from the Vikings, Patrick Peterson from the Cardinals. Ooh, that's a good player. Marshawn Latimer from the Saints, and Darius Slay from the Lions. Free safety Earl Thomas will be from the Seahawks. Strong safety will be Landon Collins from the Giants, and Malcolm Jenkins from the Eagles. And then special teamers, punter Johnny Hecker from the Rams, kicker Greg Zulian from the Rams, return specialist Farrell Cooper from the Rams, and special teamer Budda Baker from the Cardinals. So that's that. Rob Einman says, will the Warriors, Rick Rice, I don't understand how Donald Penn made the Pro Bowl and Osmeal didn't. That's true. I don't know. Rob Einman says, I'm doing my annual buyers or sellers for in the NBA. I hope, and then Rob Einman also says, Rick Rice said, trade JaVale McGee for Joe Flacco. Then Rob Einman says, I hope Nuggets trade for George Hill. And then Black Lion also says, that's how bad offensive line play was the year in the AFC. Yeah, pretty much. John Mark says, John Grades will be hired by Vince McMahon XFL. That's funny. Rob Iman says Warriors will have to make a tough decision to Klay Thompson next year. True, very true. Now, for head coaches, the Steelers, or for coaching staffs, the Steelers and the Saints, isn't it? The Saints and the Steelers will be coaching the Pro Bowl. That's pretty cool. So, hey, that's cool. So we'll see what happens, but yeah, the Raiders season looks incredible. The Pro Bowl looks incredible. Tomorrow I'm gonna look at, well, actually, tune in Thursday, tomorrow night, either before or after Zennie's stream. It might be after. I'm going to be doing a live stream and we're going to talk about the games Sunday. Because I will not do one Sunday night, I'm going to do one probably Monday night. Yeah, I'll be doing one Monday night. So, thank y'all for watching, and for being on for an hour. Appreciate it. I will talk to y'all later. I'm going to go to bed now. It's 11:01 here in Denver. I'm tired. I still have school in the morning, so I gotta get to bed. So I will talk to y'all later. Have fun. Go Raiders. I will see y'all tomorrow night. So see y'all later. Oh, by the way, follow me on Twitter so that you'll know when I'm live, and you also get it from Zennie also. But my Twitter handler is go capital G lowercase o capital CSU capital R lowercase AMS and then capital O lowercase AK. And my little Twitter icon will be the picture that's on my YouTube channel. It's the CSU logo. Okay, so that's my channel. So I will see y'all later. Please follow me on Twitter, please. You'll get John Mark said, bet your less money it's all gonna be a stone gas, honey. Okay. So please follow me on Twitter, and I will be getting up not a GoFundMe, but a PayPal here next week, so you can support me that way too. Just like you do Zennie, so that you can support me. But it will not be until next week, Friday. So, Friday-ish. So I will talk to y'all later. Please follow me on Twitter and to get notifications. And I will see y'all later. Bye, everyone. Talk to y'all later. Bye. Have fun.